Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is June 7th, 2010, and this is Day 9 Daily number 131. There's some cool things that are going to go on today, but we're going to keep that a secret for now. We're just going to adjust my camera. I'm in a great mood today because it's Monday, which is like my favorite day of the week. And the beta's going down, so we're all really sad and we put on our frowny faces. However, I will have content every single day. Who do you think I am? Do you think that I would just go, well, I guess if the beta's down, I can't do anything? So, of course, the beta is going to be absolutely no sort of impending crisis for Day 9. That'll be taken care of. So please tune in daily. Let all your friends and buddies know. Also, this is the first cast in which I am doing an HD recording. So when it's... I inhaled too much. So when I do the upload onto Blip TV, I actually talked to them on the phone this morning, and they're going to set me up with a special beta program they have, which will have the videos in HD and standard definition. So whatever quality you want to watch it on, you can do it, and in your iPhone, I believe, on most mobile devices. So hopefully that works out very well, so I'm very excited. I do want to say that my computer did crash twice last night when I was doing an HD recording, so if I suddenly disappear, that's why. So sorry about that. Just in advance, I apologize for the inevitable technical difficulties. But another awesome news, I was feeling like such a man today. I got like so much done that like I was walking home from my errands because I don't own a car, right? And I was just like walking, and I don't know if this ever happens to you when there's like someone in front of you, and it's like they sense that you're behind them, and they just get out of the sidewalk. I felt like I had tailgated a human being in real life, which is bullshit because I easily had 2 human being lengths between us when I was walking, so there's plenty of time for me to slow down. But he just totally stepped out of the way, and I got to walk right by him, and I was like, you know what? This is level 1 funny. This is awesome. And this is a concept that I think a lot of people are not familiar with. Level 1 funny and level 2 funny. So level 1 funny is something that's funny right now. Level 2 funny is something that's going to be really funny later. And so let me give an example of level 2 funny, since we did an example of level 1 funny. I was in a math class in college at Harvey Mudd, and we had midterms, and all of them were out of the way, and I was thinking, man, I wonder when we're going to be having that midterm in my math class. And it was kind of early, so I had kind of slept through class, maybe 2 or 3 times in a row the previous week. But, no big deal. I was pretty good at my attendance. I really hate missing classes. And when I showed up, he started passing back graded midterms. I literally walked into class and I was like, oh God, I was literally going to raise my hand and be like, what's the day of the midterm? And I had my hand raised, and he goes, all right, put your hand down. The average on the midterm, was a 55, and I was just like, and he starts passing them back. And I'm just like, as I see this pile of midterms getting closer and closer. So this is what I do. When it comes to me, I put my homework in the stack of midterms and just pull it back out again. So that way it looks like I actually, I totally got a midterm. It's like on 8.5 by 11, like printer paper. It like looks nothing at all like my homework that's on note paper, and like my paper tore. I was like, and everyone like turned and looked, and I was just like, and someone's like, how'd you do? It was the easiest test in the world. I was like, all... And they're like, I think I might have to retake it. I did really bad. I was like, oh, really? I totally owned it. I don't know what to do. I'm not going to be like, well, I didn't even know we had one. LOL. So you did way better than I did. So I had to go to the professor and be like, hey, I didn't take the midterm. Didn't even know about it. Totally did not. And Professor R, that was level 2 funny right there. So just so you guys know. So you can use that in your verbiage in the coming days and months. But of course, I digress. The real purpose of today is to talk to our dear guest, the Little One. The Little One, you should be on Skype right now. Say hello, Little One.
Good morning, Sean.
Yeah! Oh, good morning to you too. I know it's like, is it 4 in the morning there where you are?
Yeah, it's 4 in the morning.
Oh, you are so kind to come onto the show and to help us talk a little bit about ZVT mech play. Because, especially in the patch before the most recent one, people were talking about it like it was the most imbalanced thing known to man. And I know that some people were starting to get around to, like, almost solving it. But, I mean, what are your thoughts on Zerg vs. Terran Mech, both before the patch when tanks did a ton of damage, and also like right now with the tank nerf?
I don't believe in imbalance like you do, because there's always a way to beat a strategy if you play better.
Yeah, yeah,
But
totally.
um, I also don't think it was imbalanced in a more objective term of thinking about it.
What do you mean by
So I
objective?
believe, well, it's my opinion that there is no such thing as imbalance, but a lot of people do believe there is such thing as imbalance.
Hmm.
So I believe Terran might be in a little bit of trouble against a very good Zerg player now after the patch, but I might
Yeah,
be wrong
yeah.
about that as well.
Well, sweet. Well, of course, we're obviously going to take a look at a game that Little One played. It's going to be a Zerg vs. Terran, where the Little One will be playing Zerg. The map is Metalopolis, and believe it or not, the opponent is Jinro. So, of course, if any of you haven't been reading my Twitter lately, you all should, because I have a special video regarding the victory over Jinro. So definitely check that one out. All right, so Little One, I am currently at the replay. Are you ready to sync up with me and do a little discussion nation?
I am ready to go.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. We do have Jinro spawning in the left position. Has a little bit of a white Ra split. We even have an idle SCV there. I don't know if you're familiar with this, Dario, but like White Ra always has his probes get split two at a time, and occasionally two like to wander behind the mineral patch. I don't know if you've gotten the delight of seeing these, but we call that the good old White Ra split. And somehow
Maybe
he
it's his
manages
trick
to.
to beat me.
Yeah, I know. He's like impossible to play against too. But if I'm losing 100%, I may as well have at least some way to joust back at him. But either way, we do have our Terran buddy Jinro at the left, and you are at the right position as the blue Zerg. Now, on Metalopolis, do you prefer a 14 hatch? I know a lot of players like doing that, but I recently have been losing to players who build a bunker and a supply depot at the bottom of my ramp and wall me in if they're, say, at like the bottom position. Do you have any like fear or concern about that?
I believe there's no matchup. I actually built a hatchery before my pool.
Huh. Well, I already noticed you did something crazy where you did the double extractor trick. Can you talk about that a little bit?
I've recently come up with a new build order start as Zerg.
Uh
So
huh.
I'm doing two extractor ticks to get 12 drones. Then I make my overload, and then I make my pool at 12 as well. Because I get a very early pool, but I don't waste any lava. So I'm not sure if it is really a good build, but it feels like I've got some more units than with any kind of other build.
Wow. Well, that's awesome. Well, I'm gonna guarantee you right now. There's 3,200 people watching the stream already, and I'm certain you have some believers who will be probably even sending a third drone to their expansion so they can do like a triple extractor trick. It's like, yeah, I hatch on 13 before Overlord, baby. And you're getting your pool pretty normally. Now, obviously, the cross positions are going to be good for you as a meching, or against really any Terran, but especially like a more immobile style of play, like against mech. What are your thoughts on the positional imbalances that this map has?
Um, I believe if it is like the two close spots,
Mm-hmm.
if you are thinking about air units, it is pretty much balanced. But if you have the two close spots when it comes to ground units, so you have the very two close ramps
Uh huh.
at the right side or at the left side, it's very hard as Zerg to deal with any kind of early pushes.
Yeah, yeah. All right, awesome. Um, and it looks like you are expanding around 19. Wow, you're expanding like way after your queen. That's very Sen-like to be getting that queen so early and then taking that expo. I mean, is that actually a correct statement that like Sen definitely loves his 12 pools in like every matchup?
Oh yeah, I like the way Zen is playing Zerg as well. So I might have copied a little bit of him.
Awesome, sweet. And you are getting your gas. And I mean, I personally always spend my first 100 gas getting Zergling speed. I don't know if you have any thoughts on this, but I mean, I just love my Zergling speed early on, especially on a map like Metalopolis, where you don't have a cliff overlooking your natural, you just have the ramp directly into your main. So since it's just wide open ground, and especially your natural so wide open, I generally feel almost obligated to get Ling speed.
I do get link speed lot myself because I love circling with speed. But recently I've also started opening up with roaches again. Maybe not in Metalopolis because natural is so wide open, but
Yeah.
on maps like Blistering Sands, I like to get roaches at the start, like 3, and then add circling speed and hive a little bit later.
Huh. You get Zergling speed after the roaches? And then before the
Yeah.
layer?
Well, after the layer, but yeah, after the layer.
Oh, you're so... That's... yeah. Yeah, I'm digging that. I'm into it. And I noticed that you immediately